time on Mer Pirate Makes. And I did clean it on my machine. It's better, but it's not perfect. I dug out I have a maintenance manual. I bought it a couple years ago for this kind of same issue. And I wasn't able to resolve the issue then, but it's not as bad now as it was last time I tried, so I'm going to give it a try again. In a previous life, I did work with electronics, so I think that I should be able to handle it as long as I kind of take my time. Okay, so yeah, my sewing machine is still broken, so I did crack it open. I tried to clean it out myself. Every video and stuff I watched, they were mostly dealing with the mechanisms in the top part of the sewing machine. Those were all fine for me. The issue for me was in the base, and in pursuit of the gunk, of the dirt, I really completely took apart the whole sewing machine, and I didn't document my progress very well. So in the time that I was working on it, little Darwin had to go out 5 or 6 times. So by the end, when I was putting things back together, I had 2 little extra screws, and I don't know where they go. And also in all the adjustments and stuff, my feed dogs aren't sitting right, and my top thread isn't getting hooked properly. So I give up. I'm going to take it into a shop in town. Hey y'all, this is Cheryl. Welcome back to Mer Pirate Makes. As you saw in that last clip, I haven't been doing any sewing, or I haven't been doing much sewing because my sewing machine is out of commission. I did decide what shop to take it to, even though, so there's 2 shops in town. I used the contact form on their website to ask for basically a quote, and neither of them replied to me, which, don't you just love? But one of them is women owned, so I'm going to go with that one. I haven't taken my sewing machine in yet. It's still sitting on the table, but I will be doing that this weekend. So what I've been up to is batch cutting. I sewed so much in January, and I think that one of the big differences between January and then February, March, was that I batch cut a bunch of stuff. And I think, like a lot of people, doing the prep for me is not as fun as doing the sewing. That might not be quite right. I love the planning process, choosing fabric, choosing patterns, dreaming about my garment, but the actual cutting, and especially since I'm trying to do alterations so that I have a better fit, getting all that sorted is not really my favorite. So I think batch cutting is going to be the way forward for me. It's something I really need to make sure that I'm doing. So this past week, I've been doing just that, batch cutting. I also cleaned out my cart. It was getting quite messy and kind of overwhelming me. So I'm going to hand you over to past Cheryl so she can show you the sewing cart and a little bit of what was in there that needed to get cleared out. My plans today are to clean up and batch cut. I don't even know what's in my cart anymore that I was planning to sew besides the aprons for myself and my husband. So I want to get those cut out today and then look through whatever else. Additionally, I have several of these tops. They're just really basic tank tops. I bought them off of Amazon, and then my husband and I dyed. We do some dyeing every summer, which just, it's a tradition now and it's really fun. But I sized up based off of the comments, and you can see that it's a little too big. But the most annoying part is the fact that the straps really just will not stay up. So I need to alter these to make them more wearable. I think I'm going to do the same thing I did with the pants. I considered taking in the side seams, but that doesn't deal with the straps. So what I'm going to do is between the straps, I'm going to put elastic and just gather that in, just like I did with my pants. And hopefully that keeps the straps from falling. If I need to take in the side seams after that, I'll do that again. I've got 4 of those. And I have a pair of pants I need to hem for myself. I have actually been hemming pants still using my cover stitch machine. So that's been actually really easy, and I think that might be my go-to for hemming pants going forward. My husband and I do Rover as like a team. And one of our clients, we go once a week to give her cat medicine, and she asked if we knew anybody that sewed. And I was like, yeah, what do you need? So she actually paid me to hem some pants, which I guess I'm a professional seamstress now, right? So no, it was good. She was happy, and I did use my cover stitch for that, and it went so well. It actually looked great. Thankfully, I had a good color match for serger thread, so that went well. And then I've got to hem some pants, those ones, for work. And can you see? Ugh. Ignore the boxes, please. Like, they're there for work. So yeah, so today, right now, we're going to go through my cart, see what's in here, and just kind of get organized and get my thought process together. In January, I sewed so much, and I really think that's from batch cutting because everything was just ready. First, it's cold, it's snowing again, so I'm going to change. So give me 1 second. Okay, so it's really annoying. The weather had been warming up. It was feeling really nice, and then it's snowing again. We even had to bring our little tomato plant inside because she would have died. So yeah, let's get started. So this is my roller cart. It's from Ikea. It's where I keep my sewing patterns, some embroidery stuff, and sewing books, knitting patterns, and then my to sew pile, which is supposed to be on top, which you can see is a big mess. I've also got like fabric shoved random places because I need to, I don't know, decide what I'm gonna do with it, where it needs to go. Yeah, it needs a tidy, and I need to get set up for sewing again. What's the guideline for keeping scraps? I don't know. To me, this is trash. What would I use it for? Let me know if you keep your scraps, what you use them for. So we're going to make a trash pile. This is scraps cut out from that sheet where I'm making that pirate shirt. This is a good size scrap, so I'll keep that. I was actually thinking I can use this fabric to line the inside of that corset that I've been working on. So that's keep, but it doesn't really need to stay out here. This doesn't need to stay out here. This can go back in my fabric stash. This is surely plenty to keep. This fabric also feels really good, so I'll definitely try to use that up. This is scraps from the apron, but I'm going to keep this out because I'm going to use this as a mock-up fabric for the dress. However, these little tiny scraps, this one's kind of big. That could be something. But these little ones, trash. This also can go away. This one is like way more piecemeal because I've kind of fussy cut out for Princess Daisy, but that can go away. This is the pattern for the Barden dress. And slowly when I have time taking that class on Stitch Sisters, and you can see my markings, my measurements for the bust adjustment. So here is the bust apex according to the pattern, and here is my bust apex. Now, yeah, it's like higher than on the pattern, which between you and me does not make any sense. So I think I need to kind of start the class over, revisit that maybe. It's annoying that this is a paper, like a printed PDF, because it's so much harder to store. So for now, we're just gonna put that over there to think about later. How do you store your printed PDF patterns? Like, let me know, because just rolling them up isn't working. Every time I go to work on it, trying to get it flattened out is so annoying. Like, should I just fold it up? This is the pattern and instructions for that pirate shirt. So this needs to stay out. This was my So Lucky Jar pick. I'm going to put this back in the pattern stash because I have not found any fabric for it yet. So, yeah, it's going to be a while, I think, before I find this fabric. So I'm going to just put it back until I find fabric for it. This is the main part of the scraps from that sheet, and I'm going to keep this out for the lining for that corset. This is the fabric for the Barden dress. Here are the fabrics for this pattern. Again, it's Simplicity 3949, and I'm going to be making View C. So out of these fabrics. So this needs to be cut out. What's in here? Oh, these are the pattern pieces for the aprons. We've been joined by Darwin. She loves the new couch. Okay. These are for my feet. They don't need to stay in here. She's so warm. This is a little zipper that can be put away. I don't know why this was in the top. Maybe I was thinking about it for the Kajani pouches, but it didn't end up getting used. I was hoping she would stay asleep until it was time to walk her, but I guess not. So this is a bunch of scraps. So the bigger pieces can go back. Oh, and you know what? I was going to use this for that little pouch. But these scraps, I think, are trash. Okay, and then here we have the Kayla purse, which I still haven't made. I might hold off on this until I actually have interfacing for it, but we'll see. The pattern can go back in the stash. This is what I was making for my husband, and until we find the fabric for that, this fabric can go be put away. Oh, a neckline. Okay, this needs to go with the pattern. I'm missing the waistband from a pattern, and I was hoping that I had just found it. But let's double check to make sure it's the right. Yeah. And then what else is in here is the pattern that I've been working on from the corset pattern I've been working on from Handmade Renaissance Fair. It's this one called Renaissance Bodice. I traced everything out already, and then I did some math and decided I needed to add 3/4 of an inch per seam, which is kind of a lot. So So that's that, and here is the fabric for it. And what else is in here? A button, a sticker, and my French curves. My French curves are going to stay in here just because I don't really know where else I would put them. Darwin loves to chew on plastic, so yeah. Sticker can go with the sticker pile. And then down here you can see this is really messy. I printed out the Ursi ensemble, just the pants for Move Fabrics. This was a contender for that tweed fabric, but of course I only had 2 yards instead of 3. And if I'm remembering correctly, I think this has a like a paper bag waist, which I like the look of, but it doesn't. I don't know. I guess I'll keep hold of it. I already printed it. But I'm gonna see if I can fit these in with my other like large. There we go. This one's sewing. Can you see these? I've got these 2 organizers. One's for extra sewing patterns and sewing magazines, and the other one's for knitting magazines. I'm just gonna wipe it down. It's quite dusty. Okay, that took me about half an hour plus wrangling Darwin. So I think I'm gonna cut it here for now and go run my errands. I have to go to the post office. I'm really debating if I should drop the sewing machine off today. I guess I should, but honestly, I get really nervous going to new places. So I might wait until my husband can go with me. Yeah, because I'll have to admit that I messed up my machine, right? So it's frustrating because I did get it clean. It's really clean. Everything moves well now. It's just like I can't get the fine adjustments fixed. Darwin's up to no good. So I guess I'm going to go because I need to walk her before I leave. So I'll see you this afternoon.